Hey there, Internet. I'm Johnny B. Won't you come have breakfast with me? That was a loud vehicle. So what did you think of the new theme song, eh? Just kidding, we're not changing things up that much because it is time for Breakfast with Johnny. Every time I do that, I hope that my smile isn't just really creepy there at the end of the thing. Okay, on today's menu, English muffins, a loud bus, bananas, cinnamon, honey that has crystallized so far to the point to be more of a spread than it is a squirt. What do you call a condiment? First of all, is honey a condiment? And if not, what do you call it? Second of all, what do you call a condiment or whatever that is not a spread, is not a sauce, is not a dip? What is honey? Aside from bee vomit, but that's beside the point right now. You just got a first-hand taste of what my thought process looks like, and that was a tame one. And of course, we have coffee. I believe that is the Fresh Time Kona blend, if I'm not mistaken. Silky smooth, lighter than I would typically drink, but full of flavor nonetheless. The nice thing about the whole spreadable honey debacle is that it doesn't run all over the plate and my hand when I'm eating it. Honestly, I kind of prefer it this way and think maybe they should sell spreadable honey. In fact, they probably do. I've just never bought it because it probably costs twice as much because capitalism. Also, I just want to take a second and acknowledge this wingy ding thing. That's because I sleep on the right side of my head and didn't want to take the time this morning to fix it 100% before I did this video. So here's a question. Why is it so much harder to keep a room cleaned up than it is to clean up the room on an occasional basis? See, now that I'm older and thus slightly more mature, I hope, I genuinely do like having my room mostly picked up, not having piles of things on the floor, everything having a place, everything being put in its place. It's just a much more relaxed environment. However, on a regular day-to-day basis, I find it very difficult to intentionally put things back where they are supposed to go. Instead, I just leave them in a readily accessible pile on my floor or something like that. This continues to the point where I'm so sick of having clutter around that I then have to spend like a day and a half organizing everything, figuring out where it was supposed to go in the first place, and then putting it away. But wouldn't it be easier if I could just put the things away when I was done using them in the first place? Of course, I recognize that part of the problem is I'm never quite sure when I'm done with something, so I want to leave it kind of close by so that I can use it should I need to. But it's not like things are going into cold storage. I could still get them back out from wherever I put them away in the first place. I think it's just a matter of discipline and something I need to learn and practice and stop driving myself crazy with. Side note, this might be my most successful combination of these flavors I've had since I started Breakfast with Johnny. I recognize that I almost always make basically the same thing, i.e. it includes peanut butter, honey, cinnamon, bananas, and some kind of carbohydrate as a base. Well, that's because it's really stinking good, and that's all I had to say about that. I think part of the reason this is so much better is because the spreadable honey is underneath the peanut butter, so in the order I eat it, it hits my tongue first. It's genius. So, on to the most important thing that I wanted to talk about today, and that is, if you look right down here-ish, you'll see that this is episode 199. I was gonna try and do 9 with one hand worth of fingers, and I guess I could do that. It's like 199. That's just awkward, and you should never try and do that again. You, in this sentence, of course, refers to me, which is not how English works, but that's fine. Well, I have long been aware of that impending 200 looming, and I've been thinking, what should I do for that to make it special? Well, I am not going to tell you right now. However, I am going to tell you that you might want to make sure that you tune in for the next couple weeks. Click that subscribe button down there so you don't even have to worry about possibly missing something. All I can say is some big things, like big things, are going to be happening around the 200 to 201 mark. I'm not 100% certain whether they'll happen at 200 or after 200 at 201, because A, I can't decide which is the more logical milestone. It seems like I should complete 200 the way it is and then be moving forward with 201. I don't know. I'll mess around with it in my brain. The bigger concern, of course, is can I get everything ready by next week? And I'm fairly certain I can, so it'll probably be 201. All that to say, there's going to be some shakeups around here. Nothing too major. Do not worry. Life Unedited is not going anywhere every Friday, but I believe you might find that there is an enhanced Life Unedited and Small Bar 2012 as a whole experience that will be coming your way. So get pumped. I'm currently trying to figure out if there's anything else I wanted to cover in this video because we're pretty much down to my last bite of breakfast. Oh no! Why is it not focused? Focus on the beauty. It's like focused in between. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Beautiful. I don't think so. Plus, if there is, you could always check out my Twitter where I'm actually going to start trying to tweet things on a regular basis like I say all the time, and like announcements and things and stuff like that. Of course, I've made that promise about 5 times over the course of the past 5 years, but who knows, maybe this time it'll stick. another. Just kidding, that was already my second cup of coffee. I probably don't need 3 within an hour and a half of being awake, am I right? I had honey and peanut butter on my fingers. You can't just let that go to waste, people. Say it with me now. We've reached the end of breakfast, which means that we have reached the end of Breakfast with Jonnie. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Deuces.